Good morning. Today is Friday, October 16th, and this is the Morning Breach with Scott Davis. A couple weeks ago, Microsoft made the announcement they are simplifying licensing for commercial customers. That means as of January 1st, 2022, commercial customers will no longer be able to buy or renew software licenses or online services through the Microsoft Open License Program. New license-only purchases should be made through partners in the Cloud Solution Provider Program. Now you have a little more than 15 months notice. And if you are a current software assurance customer and your coverage expires after that January 1st, 2022 date, the license and benefits will remain active until the expiration. Also, there are no changes planned currently for the Open Value or Open Value subscription programs. In reality, many small businesses have already made the switch to Office 365 licensing models, and this change is intended to drive the remaining businesses to that model. Start having the conversations with your customers now that they may or that are using open licenses and what this means to them. You should be educating them of the upcoming change versus, I know last time we did it this way, but Microsoft changed the licensing model on us. Let's make sure we're educating up front. The dark web intelligence platform Darktracer has identified a total of 809 ransomware attacks by major ransomware groups and had data released on the dark web within the last 12 months. That's roughly 2.2 attacks per day. The Maze ransomware group was responsible for 262 of those identified attacks, Conti 122, Revel 92, Doppelpaymer 81, and NetWalker responsible for 70 of those attacks. It's important to note that this report is likely missing organizations that paid the ransom to avoid the data being released or removed it from the dark web. And it also isn't covering a lot of the independent small players in ransomware attacks. Regardless, with roughly 2.2 attacks per day, which led to a data breach, you may want to run that third-party audit of your network your IT professional and I have been telling you about. On Tuesday of this week, Carnival Corporation provided an update to the August ransomware and data breach. Here, Carnival stated, while the investigation is ongoing, early indications are that in early August, the unauthorized third party gained access to certain personal information relating to some guests, employees, and crew for 3 of the corporation's brands, including Carnival Cruise Line, Holland America Line, and Seabourn, as well as its casino operations. It added that Carnival is working as quickly as possible to identify the guests, employees, crew members, and other individuals whose personal information may have been impacted, and it expects to complete the process in the next 30 to 60 days. Seyfarth Shaw LLP, a law firm with more than 900 lawyers across 17 offices worldwide, announced they were a victim of a sophisticated and aggressive malware, which appears to be a ransomware attack, roughly on October 10th. As of an update yesterday, Seyfarth added that there is no evidence that any client or firm data was either accessed or removed, and they are in the restoration phase with plans to have all their critical systems back online by early next week. I am glad they have yet to find any evidence that any client or firm data was accessed or removed, but if the file was encrypted, and the only way for ransomware to encrypt a file is to access the file and then encrypt it, can you really say that this encrypted file wasn't accessed? And I think that's one of the biggest questions out there with ransomware, because unless you know, you don't know. And the reality is the vast majority of organizations don't have the established logging enabled up front to actually determine what was done before the ransomware attack. And it's been proven numerous times that cyber attackers are sometimes sitting on a network weeks or months before they deploy the ransomware package as a goodbye package. I imagine over the upcoming weeks and months, Seyfarth Shaw LLP will release more information about the breach, including the variant of the ransomware and if they had to pay the ransom. The U.S. bookseller Barnes & Noble has also confirmed a cyber attack impacting its Nook services and potentially exposing customer data, such as email address, billing and shipping addresses, phone numbers, and transaction histories on October 10th. The bookseller highlighted that all financial data is encrypted and tokenized as a security measure, so it would not be available to the threat actors. The Register reported that the outage that was seen by customers trying to log in or access their Nook libraries also spread to some physical locations where it appeared cash registers were briefly unable to function. Pennsylvania-based healthcare provider Geisinger has announced yesterday that some of its data may have been affected by the recent data security breach of Blackbaud. After an internal investigation, Geisinger determined on August 17th that some patient information, including names, dates of birth, age, gender, dates of treatment, departments of service, treating physicians, and or medical record numbers may have been accessed. Geisinger has added that social security numbers, financial account information, and electronic health records were not contained in the database housed by Blackbaud. Retail, healthcare, law firms, travel, and every other industry is susceptible to ransomware and data breaches. Having employees working remotely adds to the challenge of securing and protecting your data. It's critical to get annual third-party security audits completed because you need someone that didn't set up the security to test it and find the way in, or to see if you're just leaving the key in the door. As always, thank you for watching today's episode of The Morning Breach. If you've learned something new by watching this, please take a second and like and share the video. If you want to see more episodes of The Morning Breach or find useful resources in helping you secure your organization, please visit themorningbreach.com and follow along with us on Facebook and LinkedIn. As it is Cybersecurity Awareness Month, please remember to be cyber smart. Thanks for watching.